Hello, Rob Lambert here with Asset Protection Training. Today we're talking about protecting your money. It's the easiest asset to protect and it's the most prized asset to seize. And you need to get it off your balance sheet and you need to get it out of Dodge. It's as simple as that. Now, that's money, whether it's 1 million or 100 million or $1 billion, is represented by this little green piggy bank right here. When I said to get it out of Dodge, you might think that that just means opening an offshore bank account over here in some little country or some big country. That's fine. That's a good start. You got it out of Dodge, but you didn't get it off your balance sheet. And that means that this little redheaded devil here can get a judgment against you personally, even though your money's over here offshore. And the judge is going to order you to return it. If you refuse to return it, you are going to go to jail for defying a judge's order. You're going to have no defenses. It simply is a silly thing to do. And it's normally impossible to even get a bank account in your own name. Banks have no interest in working with American citizens after the Patriot Act. They simply don't want to do it. But the banks are willing to take your money based upon the ruse that they're doing business with a trust company. If you put this type of structure in place, it sometimes is required by banks. They simply don't want individuals. Now, let's assume that you have a proper structure in place, a trust company and an asset protection trust that takes it off your balance sheet. Now you get your money out of Dodge. You can put your money right here in a bank account in Belize or the Cooks. And they're decent banks. They're just not big banks. They're not hundreds of years old. They're not household names. So you maybe don't want all your money sitting in a little country. Well, maybe you want it in Switzerland or Singapore. Well, you can open up an entity in those countries, make sure it's a pass-through entity. Notice the triangle. It's off your balance sheet. It's out of Dodge. It's managed by you. It's probably formed by the bank manager's brother because they referred you to a local law firm to get your bank account. And lo and behold, your money can be both in a place like Belize or the Cooks with a good bank, good, strong bank, but it can also be with Pictet or Barclays or any bank anywhere in the world and be off your balance sheet and out of Dodge. If you're uncomfortable with moving your money abroad and the financial seas are calm, you at least should put your money into domestic LLCs. This is domestic on the blue side of the page. Put your money in there, and it's off your balance sheet. It's just not out of Dodge. But look, it takes you about 4 hours to wire the funds offshore, wire the funds here. It works fine. This is all considered for tax purposes owned by you. It's not a taxable event to do that. It's just not owned by you for debtor-creditor purposes. It's owned by the trust company. This frustrates your creditors and puts them in a position where your money is simply unreachable. It costs them a fortune to go after it, and you have all the power. You can change trust companies, which changes the entire dynamic. You can wire funds, which changes the entire dynamic again. Each of those takes you a day. Each of those costs your opponent $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 in 6 months. Thank you very much. The next topic we're talking about is protecting your personal residence. And I think you will enjoy it. You need to do this no matter what, whether you hire me, whether you go to somebody else, protect your personal residence. Now, thank you very much for listening and have a healthy and protected week.